Welcome back to AI Brief, episode 83. I'm Amin.
And I'm Laya.
Ready for another deep dive into some really interesting AI stuff.
Definitely. Always fascinating to see what's new.
Well, let's kick things off with the Elon Musk and OpenAI situation.
Oh, yeah, that whole legal battle.
A federal judge just ruled against Musk, trying to, block OpenAI's restructuring.
Right, so they can keep going with their plan.
Exactly. But they also moved up the trial date for the rest of the lawsuit. This fall should be interesting.
It really gets to the core of what Musk is saying, He thinks OpenAI has strayed from its original mission.
Which was?
Developing AI for the benefit of humanity. He's worried they're becoming too profit-driven.
And that could lead to what, in his view?
Well, some potentially negative consequences, he says.
OpenAI's pushing back, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're saying those allegations are just not true.
So what's their side of the story?
They insist that their nonprofit roots are still super important to them, and that the restructuring of their for-profit parts of the company are just to better support their mission.
Interesting. Any evidence to back that up?
Well, they actually brought up some internal emails that suggest Musk himself once wanted to merge OpenAI with Tesla.
As a for-profit entity?
Exactly.
Huh. That is interesting. Adds another layer to this whole thing.
With OpenAI's current valuation at $157 billion, there's a lot on the line.
Huge implications for the company. And potentially for AI development in general.
For sure. And don't forget about that rumored $40 billion investment from SoftBank.
Oh yeah, the one that depends on OpenAI moving more towards a for-profit model.
Right. So this case could really set some precedents for the whole AI industry.
Definitely a lot to watch there.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about healthcare. AI is making some really big strides in personalized medicine, right?
Absolutely. Researchers from Harvard and MIT have developed an AI agent called TxAgent. It could totally revolutionize treatment recommendations.
TxAgent. Okay, so what makes this so revolutionary?
Well, it uses a huge amount of tools.
Yeah.
211, to be exact.
Wow, it's a lot. What do they do?
Analyze potential drug interactions and create really personalized treatments, all in real time.
That's incredible. How does it personalize the treatments?
It takes into account a bunch of patient-specific factors.
Like what?
Their age, existing medications, genetics, even their medical history. It goes way beyond just their current symptoms.
So it's building a very detailed profile for each patient.
Yeah, very comprehensive.
And then what? Uses all that data to figure out the best treatment options.
Right. It even looks at drugs at a molecular level, pharmacokinetic and clinical levels.
To do what exactly?
Identify potential risks and tailor their recommendations. It's remarkably precise.
Sounds pretty impressive. How does it keep his recommendations up to date?
It uses something called structured function calls to tap into a whole network of biomedical sources.
So it's constantly learning and refining its suggestions. That's pretty important in a field like medicine.
For sure. And think about how helpful this could be for doctors working in areas with limited resources.
Yeah, that's a good point. Places with strained healthcare systems where doctors are already stretched thin.
Exactly. Imagine if you could reduce adverse drug reactions and make consultations much more efficient.
Doctors could treat so many more patients effectively.
That's the goal. And the best part is that the developers have made TxAgent's toolkit, called Tool Universe, freely available.
That's great, so it's accessible to anyone who could benefit from it.
It's all designed so medical professionals have access to these insights, but based on really reliable data sources.
Like what?
Open FDA and open targets. Trusted sources.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've got legal battles, medical breakthroughs. Now let's see how AI is shaking things up in the startup world. Y Combinator had their demo day recently, right?
They did, and there were a ton of AI-powered startups making waves and, actually generating revenue.
That's what matters, right? Not just hype, but real results.
NYC's CEO, Gary Tan, was really impressed. He said a lot of these startups are already seeing amazing financial results.
With how many people?
Tiny teams. He said he's never seen this level of success with such small teams before.
So which startups really caught your eye?
Well, there's Revise Robotics. They're tackling the e-waste problem with AI-powered robots.
E-waste, that's a huge issue. What are they doing?
Refurbishing hundreds of laptops every day.
And all this with robots.
Yep, no humans involved at all. It's a really cool approach to sustainability. Then there's browser use.
Browser use, what do they do?
They let AI take control of your browser.
Wow, AI taking control of your browser. Sounds futuristic.
It is, and it actually went viral recently when a developer in China used it to create an AI agent.
Interesting. Any other startups that stood out?
Miyagi Labs. They've created an AI tool that can convert how-to videos into interactive courses, and you can monetize them.
So it's like taking passive watching and turning it into active learning.
Right.
Hey,
And the AI even gives you feedback on how you're doing. It's really cool.
this demo day really does seem like a glimpse into the future of AI-driven businesses.
Totally. It shows how AI can disrupt industries, but also create entirely new opportunities for innovation and growth.
Okay, you ready for a rapid-fire round of the latest AI news?
Hit me with it. I'm always ready for more AI news.
All right, starting with Google's new Gemini 2.0 Flash model. Apparently, people are using it to remove watermarks from images.
Even from platforms like Getty Images.
Yeah, even those.
That's going to be interesting to watch unfold. What else is happening?
Humanoid robots are entering the manufacturing scene in a big way.
Really?
Yeah, figure the humanoid robot company just launched BotQ,
BotQ, what is that?
a huge new manufacturing facility. Get this. It can make 12,000 humanoid robots per year.
Whoa!
And they plan to increase production to 100,000 robots annually. It's like the age of humanoid robots is really upon us.
It's incredible how quickly things are moving.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, there's Patronus AI. They've developed what they call the first LLM as a judge tool.
An LLM is a judge. I've never heard of that.
It's designed to make multimodal AI applications much more reliable.
So like an AI watchdog, making sure other AI systems are doing their jobs properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty innovative stuff. All right, next up, Pika Labs just released 16 new effects for their AI video platform.
Oh, cool. More options for creators.
More creative possibilities, definitely. And on the open source front, Sesame, the company behind that realistic AI voice demo, just open sourced its conversation speech model, CSM1B.
That's awesome. So anyone can use it now for text-to-speech applications.
Yep. It's great to see this kind of openness in the AI community.
It really helps drive innovation when everyone can access and build upon the latest technology.
Agreed. Now, what about Vogent AI? Have you heard of them?
Urgent AI.
They're doing some cool stuff with voice agents.
What kind of stuff?
They created these agents that actually learned from their failures in the real world.
So they don't need that traditional prompt engineering.
Nope. It's a huge step towards more autonomous and intelligent AI systems.
Sounds like it.
We've covered a ton of ground already, and there's still so much more to explore.
It's amazing how much AI is changing how we work now, too.
In what ways?
Well, the CEO of Y Combinator said that almost 25% of their startups are using AI to write 95% of their code.
Wow. So they're not just using AI as a tool, they're relying on it heavily.
And they're seeing huge success, even with small teams, reaching $10 million in revenue.
So it's like AI is becoming a partner in building these businesses.
Yeah, exactly. And it's happening everywhere. Kevin Weil, the CPO at OpenAI, he predicts that AI will be better than human programmers by 2025.
So is he saying humans will be out of jobs?
Well, he thinks it will make software development more accessible to everyone. Like, you won't need a ton of technical expertise anymore.
That's a pretty big shift. I wonder how that will change things for programmers.
It's definitely something to think about. Speaking of changing things, Anthropic just added this extended thinking mode to Claude Code.
Claude Code?
Yeah, their AI. It can now handle more complex coding tasks.
So it's like you can ask it to really think deeply about a problem and come up with better solutions.
Pretty much. And OpenAI, they've updated their prompts playground too.
What's that?
It's a tool for refining AI prompts. The new version has all these community-shared examples, so it's much more collaborative now.
Interesting. From coding to gaming, AI is everywhere. What's happening in the gaming world?
Well, Microsoft added their Copilot chatbot to the Xbox app.
So now you have an AI gaming buddy.
Kind of. It gives you tips and advice, helps improve your gaming experience.
That's pretty cool. Any other big developments?
The Russo brothers, the directors who did those Marvel movies,
Yeah.
they're starting a film and gaming studio that uses AI to cut costs.
Interesting. So AI is impacting not just the creative side of filmmaking, but also the business side.
Exactly. And speaking of the business side, let's talk investments. SoftBank just bought a former LCD panel factory in Japan for $676 million.
What are they going to do with it?
Turn it into a giant AI data center to support their work with OpenAI.
That's a massive investment. Shows you how seriously companies are taking AI now.
Absolutely. And there are other investments too. Causal Labs, they're focused on AI-powered weather forecasting, got $6 million in funding. And Nimble Mind AI, they do AI-based data infrastructure, raised $2.5 million.
So investors are really pouring money into AI.
Yep, they definitely see its potential. Okay, Are you ready for the last part of our deep dive? The AI tools people can use right now.
Let's hear it.
Well, there's OLMo 232B. It's an open source language model that's been doing even better than GPT 3.5 and GPT 4o Mini.
Impressive. Anything for video.
Yeah, Freepik AI Video Upscaler. You can use it to easily improve the quality of your videos to 4K resolution.
Nice. What about business tools?
Well, Cohere made this high-speed enterprise AI called Command A. It has a 256K context window.
So it's good for handling large data sets.
Exactly. And then there's TxAgent. It lets you build AI workflows right in your browser.
So you don't need to mess around with APIs.
Yep, it's super convenient. And for audio creators, there's Wondercraft. It can make realistic-sounding audio content. Ads, podcasts, even meditations.
Wow. And you don't even need to record anything.
Nope. It's all AI generated. Dextra is another good one. It's an AI sales assistant.
So it helps you close more deals.
That's the idea. And if you need help with customer service, there's Nurix AI. They make these advanced AI voice agents.
Very cool. What about web development?
Framer is pretty awesome. You can build whole websites in minutes, no coding required.
That's amazing. Anything for visual content.
ClipDrop has a bunch of tools for making great visuals really quickly.
It's incredible how many AI tools are out there now. It feels like AI is impacting just about every part of our lives these days. The way we work, create, even how we play games. It really is a revolution, isn't it?
This deep dive has given us a whirlwind tour of the AI world, and it really shows just how fast everything is moving. It's pretty exciting.
So as we wrap things up here, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the main thing is that AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It's here, it's powerful, and people can start using it right now.
It's not just for tech experts, right?
No, not at all. Whether you're in business, a creative field, or just curious about what's next, there are AI tools out there for everyone.
And we've seen how AI can be used, to launch new companies, tackle complex problems, even push the boundaries of what's possible creatively.
And that's just the beginning. As AI keeps evolving, who knows what amazing breakthroughs and applications we'll see in the next few years.
Definitely a lot to look forward to. Well, that's it for this episode of AI Brief. To all our listeners, if you're as fascinated by the world of AI as we are, be sure to follow the show for more deep dives into this incredible field. And don't forget to share this episode with anyone who might find it interesting. Until next time, stay curious.